What's up, beautiful people? My name is Smooth, and I welcome you back to a hot new episode here on Pretty Smooth. In this video, I am going to be sharing only five of my self-tested skills for you to adopt to really start prioritizing yourself. So let's go ahead and hop right into this video, shall we? When it comes to prioritizing myself, I always break it down in categories like physically, mentally, spiritually, my relationship with God, financially, everything. It breaks down to categories. And yes, of course, not everything is gonna be able to get 100% of you at the same time, but my goal around here is to at least make it, even out somehow to where things aren't too off the charts in one particular area and super lacking in a different area. I have a long history of not putting myself first, of people pleasing. Oh my gosh. I wish that I had the chance to see a recording of me when I was such a people pleaser versus me now, because it is just, I'm sure it would be like two totally different worlds. I used to people please down. Like I was getting, when I did get sick, because I hardly ever get sick, but when I was getting sick, it was because I was so forgetting about myself, because I was so focused on trying to make other people happy or trying to abide by what other people think and da 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 da. When all in all, they don't even think anything of themselves. That's why they're sitting here trying to keep me within, because misery loves company. And let me tell you something, my company is not up for grabs unless it's good company. Starting off with number one, the 5 skills that you can adopt to start prioritizing yourself and showing yourself that you that one, not the 2, baby, you that one. Number 1 is going to be self-care. How are you feeling? What are you eating? Linking things together. Oh, if I'm eating this might be linked to me feeling this kind of way. So if I don't eat this, what are the pros and cons of that versus me not feeling this way? And if you have not yet seen the video that I posted titled 5 Unapologetic Ways to Level Up Your Personal Peace, go ahead and check that out, because that links into this number 1. Self-care, personal peace, they're like this. They're like this. Okay? They go one in one. Ways that I would say that I make sure to do self-care, or at least take those initiating steps. And that's one thing. When you take initiating steps, trust, 1, in the process, and 2, that what you're doing is making a difference. Even though in the morning you might start off really good, but then once you get into later on in the day, you kind of fall behind. It's okay, as long as you took steps. Sometimes that step is even resting. So guys, don't forget that. So some ways that I practice self-care is spending time with myself, really getting to know myself, getting to know my habits. That is one thing that I'm going to touch on a lot on my channel, because I'm always observing myself, watching the patterns and things of that nature, because I think it's interesting. Like, oh, it's like connecting the dots. That was one of my favorite things to do as a kid, is to connect the dots on the super intricate ones. That was one way that I practice self-care. Another way would be having a skincare routine and paying attention to what breaks me out, because I noticed that on days when my confidence is not where I need it to be, I look at the things that's stopping me from achieving that level, which is oftentimes I might have a little breakout. So then I get super self-conscious about it. But I like to keep it super simple, super chill, especially because things that I'm trying, I'm coming back and letting you guys know. So I'm not gonna jump into doing Pilates or ceramics. Eventually, yeah, definitely. We are well-rounded around here. But just to show you guys and to walk that journey with you of taking those initiating steps. This is my initiating step. Number 2 is going to be know when to set your boundaries. And when I say know when to set your boundaries, I'm talking about knowing who is worth the knowledge of your boundaries to begin with. Because we're not standing around here telling our boundaries to people that we don't even want in our life, that aren't in alignment with us, don't have our best interests at heart, and are disingenuous altogether. We're not setting boundaries with those people. And as soon as we peep the energy, we're out anyway. So why am I gonna sit here and tell you, when you constantly cut me off while we're in conversation, it really gets to me? We don't care. We peep it and we're like, okay, and the energy's off too? Oh, baby. And we're vanishing off into the great beyond. We don't care. And I think that's where a lot of us get a little confused, because we're like, oh, I'm gonna set my boundaries. And don't get me wrong, when you first are trying to get comfortable with setting your boundaries, you don't even necessarily think, oh, should I even tell them what my boundaries are? Because sometimes you don't even, it'll be pointless. You know what I mean? Because like I said earlier, if you just set your boundaries with everybody, it's a waste of breath. And our breath is so valuable. So why are we going to waste? So that was number 2. Know when to set your boundaries. Know when it's worth it. Because, and last, to touch on that, we only set our boundaries with people that we want in our life. So if I want to improve our relationship, but there's just one thing that we aren't aligned on, and this is something that I need to take care of me on your behalf, here's my boundary. Simple. Because I want you in my life. So I want to make sure that our relationship is forever growing and that I'm getting what I need. And I can only trust that by me doing that, you're able to do the same. And I can get what I need and you can get what you need. And we can grow off together. This guy was like so staring. I felt him staring at me, but I was like, hey, we're locked in. It doesn't even matter. Number 3 is going to be growing your intuition. Growing your intuition can look like taking that walk when you want to take the walk. When your body is signaling, I need to move, and your mind has that quick thought like, let's get up, put our shoes on, and go for a walk, take it. Stop standing in the way of how you're guided to operate. If you're guided to operate more actively, or to push past sleepiness a little bit, or to suck it up and realize you're going to be a little tired if you wake up early in the morning, but you also shouldn't have went to sleep at 1:30, because what are we doing for real? Move how you're guided. When we get in the way of how God is trying to show us how he wants us to maneuver right now, or how we need to, it just puts a halt to everything. And it's super disrespectful. If we're being honest, it's super disrespectful, because we're not listening. You're gonna soon realize, oh, I'm actually glad I took that walk. I'm actually glad I went to the store around the time I went to the store. Oh, if I wouldn't have met that lady, then I wouldn't have XYZ. I'm actually glad that I got up and I wore those shoes instead of those shoes. Because we get in our head with every little thing. We're on our tail so much. Back off my ass. Back off my... Let me live a little bit. Okay? Your intuition, it's like you're trusting something that is so strong. It's like, say you work in corporate. It's like you're working alongside the CFO. She has all this responsibility. And you're like, I trust you with this responsibility. But then every time she does something, you're like, back up. Let her breathe a little bit. Let her do her job. You know, the same thing goes with your intuition. If you constantly try to monitor every little thing you're doing, you're going to rob yourself of the enjoyment of life and the experience that we're gifted with to experience. Number 4 is probably my favorite one. Number 4, shake it off. 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 Oh, hey, shake it. Oh, But shake it off. Oh, they said what? Shake it off. Oh, they shake it off. what made me put that on this list is because I had a little flashback to when I was working on set late last year, and there was one day, I think probably the first day, like, parking was crazy. I didn't understand it. I ended up being like 15 minutes late. Oh no, I was getting my car serviced. Yeah, I was getting my car serviced, and they had brought the wrong belt. So then it was just this whole thing. So needless to say, I ended up being 15-ish minutes late to set. So with that being said, a few days later, I was talking to the director, and she told me how, you know, someone in the group had something to say about it. And she was telling me how someone in the group had something to say about my tardiness on the first day. I didn't pick up no funky vibes from anybody when I walked in. I mean, of course, you're like, I'm an actor, I was on time, why are you late, type of thing. I know I'm gonna get that, but enough to say something is kind of wild, especially when you never like met me before. But yeah, I didn't sense nothing from the people that were in the room that could have said anything, and I didn't sense that she had any ill intent with telling me, like trying to start anything. I didn't sense that. We were just having a normal conversation. I think I had actually brought it up and I had apologized for it or something, and she's like, yeah, someone had something to say. But then at the end of the day, we all had things that were we all had a theme, so I wasn't tripping about it. But when I remember that when she told me, I wasn't like, oh, who said it? Oh, what did they say exactly? Like, I didn't care about none of that. Like, I didn't care which one of the three said it. Ain't my problem. Like, you didn't care enough to say it to me, so it really don't matter. And it's like, it's life, you know, and I think everyone kind of understands that. And plus, get your rocks off. Whatever, say what you want. And then, two, yeah, next, you know, like, but when I had thought of that, I was like, wow, I'm proud of me, because old me would have been like, who said it? Who got something to say? And then I would have brought it up to them like, oh, so since people want to dun-dun-dun-dun because I was late, we don't want to talk about how dun-dun-dun and dun-dun-dun. And I can't believe I used to waste all that energy. I cannot believe I used to waste all that energy. Like, why am I like, girl, shut up. Take a chill pill. Like, yeah, take a chill pill for real. But nowadays I'm just like, oh, okay, it's just like it's just information, so that when I process it in my head, it goes into the bin of unnecessary information. Like saying, oh, the tent in front of me is blue, the tree across the street is green. Like, it's unnecessary information. So I rather just move that on to the side so that I continue to focus on actually what needs to be focused on. Hey, I kind of told a story. Oh, number five, which is what we're on. So number 5 is actually my favorite. I thought it was number 4 until I just heard number 5, and I'm just like, so going over them really quick. Number 1 was prioritizing your self-care. You are number 1. Care for yourself. Always, always, always. Number 2 is know when to set your boundaries. Don't waste your time, don't waste your breath, don't waste your energy on people that you don't want in your life anyway, or people that y'all are not benefiting each other in any manner. Let them go. Number 3 is grow your intuition. Okay, take that walk. Eat that salad instead of that burger. Get no salt instead of salt. Lightly salt. Y'all know that salt might be the poison from the government. That's why people don't really care for it, because they know that it's right. Number 4, shake it off. shake it off. No, it ain't the same. And you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay. I gotta shake it off like a cowboy position. Like when I gotta get up out here and go somewhere, I gotta shake it off. And I may not move like somebody who appreciates the love I give. Why I gotta shake it off. No one's meant to me, baby, and that means I gotta shake it off. Okay. And number 5. When I be going back and editing my videos, I'm like, okay. Okay. Number 5 is, I don't think you're mad enough. I don't think you're mad enough. I don't think you want it enough. I don't think you believe you're ready. I don't think you have faith in yourself. That's why you're still doing what you're doing. And I think that you're watching all these videos trying to get one more thing to motivate you when you already have 123,000. And I just don't think that is something for you. Maybe how you want to live your life is, we listen, we don't judge. Maybe how you want to live your life is maybe how you want to live your life is in a constant state of regret, is in a constant state of sadness, is not ever experiencing what it's like to truly be proud of yourself. I think that's kind of what you like, though. You know what I mean? And if that didn't make you mad, maybe baby, you really don't want it. Maybe baby, you really don't want it. Because yeah, I'd be like, no, them ain't the tips I came here for. Like, yeah, they are. Yes, they are. Those are the tips those are the exact tips that you came here for. I'm right there with you, baby girl. I'm right there with you. Like, I've watched videos, read books, listened to podcasts, made podcasts, wrote books, like made videos. And until I really started taking action, I was never satisfied. Now that I'm taking action, like, I have this feeling of satisfaction and an undescribable feeling of being proud of myself. It's only something you can experience by feeling yourself. It's never anything that somebody can tell you how it feels and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that must feel nice. Like, that's going to be your exact reaction. That must feel nice. No, because that's something that you have to feel for yourself. So I feel like you're not mad enough. You're not mad enough. You don't want it bad enough. What really had me started making these videos, I was crying about a week ago. I was crying because I was like, I finally hit that pinnacle where it's like, I said I want more. And then God said, well, go get it. I said, oh. No, I mean, what I meant to say, you know what? You're right. I'm sick of this. Let's go. And I went and I worked out. Like, but that was just the start of it. And I feel like we don't give ourselves the chance to, like I said earlier, take those initiating steps and to reap the benefits of that success. And if you have to celebrate everything to start off. Don't go on a shopping spree. I'm also talking to myself. Don't go shopping just because, oh, you woke up and went to the gym at 6 a.m. Like, yes, I wanted that perfume and it smells delicious. Dang. Like, aren't you supposed to be saving right now? Like, I know, but yeah, celebrate. Okay, celebrate what you need to celebrate, because once you start moving by your intuition, nothing is gonna feel like a mistake. Nothing is gonna feel like you weren't supposed to do it, that it wasn't supposed to happen that way. Nothing. Allow yourself to feel. Stop smoking for a little bit. Stop drinking for a little bit. Stop going out for a little bit. Stop scrolling on social media for a little bit and sit in that. Stop trying to run from what you feeling. You feeling that way because you know you want more. and you know, we get mad. This is where we get mad, but I'm about to show you how to get mad enough. So we get mad because we want more for ourselves. That's why we get mad. Like, I'm pissed. I want more for myself. But then you get real mad when it hits you that, you mean I could go get it? That I could go get it? It's not like I'm saying, oh, I'm about to pinch your cheek right now. I can't pinch it. I can't pinch it. No, you're telling me I'm about to get a pin right now. I'm about to get a pin right now. That's what you're telling me? So that's how we can get mad enough, because sometimes we're not mad enough. You're telling me that if I take these steps, possibly more of them, possibly less of them, I can go get that pin and sign that lease to my own place? That's what you're telling me right now? So I just feel like when we allow ourselves to feel what we need to feel and to actually get mad enough, babe, we gonna show up. And it's, as long as you show up every day, you can rest and know that you don't have to show out every day. You do not have to show out every day. And I think that's the pressure that we sometimes put on ourselves. Every day I show up, I gotta show out. If you don't have it in you, you don't have it in you. If you can push it out of you, by all means, get that. But if you can't, and you showing up already, took every ounce that you had in you, applaud yourself for showing up. Even if you didn't show out, applaud yourself for at least showing up. And that concludes this video where I shared 5 of my many skills that you can adopt today to really start prioritizing yourself in 2025. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it because I'm fly. Yeah. Go ahead and subscribe because you're fly. And go ahead and leave me a comment because we're fly together. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did not, would you stay so long for? You like me, don't you? Type like I thought you did. Follow us over on social media at Pretty Smooth. And I can't wait to see you beautiful babies next time. Bye-bye.